Charlie, Lima, Echo, Alpha, Romeo. Venezuela, long a flashpoint in the Americas geopolitical chessboard, is once again at the center of a brewing storm. As President Nicolas Maduro clings to power amid a disputed election and crippling sanctions, Russia's influence has surged, arming his regime, bolstering its defenses. But Washington, under a resurgent Donald Trump, is pushing back with naval might, airstrikes on alleged drug runners, and a bold move to reclaim strategic ground, the Panama Canal ports. The result? A tense standoff that risks engulfing the region into flame. Russia's deepening foothold. Russia's escalation in Venezuela isn't new, but it's never been more brazen. Since the early 2000s, Moscow has poured billions in supplying everything from T-72 tanks to S-300 air defense systems in exchange for oil and a toehold in America's backyard. Under Vladimir Putin, these ties have evolved into full-spectrum partnerships, blending military muscle with economic lifelines to prop up Maduro's revolution. The latest chapter unfolded in September 2025 as Venezuela kicked off massive military drills, deploying over 2,500 troops, warships, and those Su-30 Mk-2 jets armed with Kh-31 anti-ship missiles, straight from the Russian stockpiles acquired in the late 2000s. Venezuelan Defense Minister Vladimir Lopez framed the exercises as a, quote, sovereign response, end quote, to U.S. provocations, but analysts see Moscow's hand. Joint intelligence sharing, drone tech transfers, and even new treaties ratified by Venezuela's National Assembly in mid-September, expanding cooperation through 2030. This pact covers everything from AK-103 rifle productions at joint factories to satellite navigation systems, these tools that could monitor U.S. naval movements in real time. Russia's playbook is clear. Venezuela serves as a low-cost proxy to needle Washington, much like Syria or Ukraine. With over $60 billion in unpaid loans at stake, Moscow just isn't investing, it's embedding itself. Putin hosted Maduro twice this year, praising his resilience and vowing deeper ties amid BRICS expansion talks. Some critics in Venezuela are whispering of Wagner Group mercenaries quietly training elite units, echoing Russia's hybrid warfare tactics elsewhere. For ordinary Venezuelans reeling from hyperinflation and 90% poverty rates, this alliance feels like a devil's bargain. The drug trade. Experts agree Venezuela isn't a narco state on par with Mexico or Colombia, handling just 10 to 13% of U.S.-bound cocaine as it transits hubs with zero role in fentanyl production. But corruption runs deep. The U.S. accuses Maduro of heading the Cartel de los Soles, a network of military brass smuggling cocaine via air brigades to Central America, laundering profits through gold schemes tied to Hezbollah and the Sinaloa cartel. In July of 2025, the Treasury Department slapped specially designated global terrorist status on the cartel, freezing assets and ramping up bounties, $50 million for Maduro's head. Gangs like Tren de Aragua, born in Venezuelan prisons, have exported violence to U.S. cities, from migrant smuggling rings in Texas to extortion in Chicago. Those trade ties to Russia? Murkier, but telling. Drug dollars allegedly fund maintenance for those Su-30 jets and bribe officials to overlook Russian oil tankers dodging sanctions. As one DEA official put it off record, Moderna's narco web keeps the lights on. And warships, strikes, and the Panama Gambit. Donald Trump, whose second term revived the maximum pressure with the Vengeance campaign, since August has surged 8 warships plus F-35 stealth fighters to Puerto Rico and surveillance drones buzzing Venezuelan airspace. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, a Venezuelan hawk, has rallied allies for more sanctions, while Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth vows every tool to oust Maduro. The wild card? The Panama Canal. Trump has long fumed over its 1999 handover, claiming Chinese control via port operator C.K. Hutchinson. In March 2025, a BlackRock-led consortium snapped up the Atlantic and Pacific ports for $23 billion, hailed by Trump as reclaiming the waterways for America. Panama allows temporary U.S. troop deployments, but no bases. Yet the move secures a choke point for 70% of U.S. container traffic and positions destroyers like the USS Sampson to interdict Venezuelan smugglers. China and Iran, fellow creditors, watch warily, unlikely to intervene militarily, but ready to funnel more loans. Will Washington strike Venezuela proper? I think it's now a matter of when. Charlie, Lima, Echo, Alpha, Romeo.